Yo, anime gang, before we jump into today's insanity, real quick, YouTube has been on some nonsense lately. Videos don't really get pushed unless they start getting engagement, so if you enjoy these anime recaps, do your boy a favor and drop a like. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button too. Now let's dive into the chaos. The world of Ente Isla is an absolute chaos. You've got demons trying to conquer humanity, heroes fighting back, and enough betrayals to keep everybody stressed. At the center of all this madness stands the demon lord Satan himself, commanding 4 powerful generals to attack the different regions of the world. Naturally, humanity wasn't about to sit around and let that happen. A group of heroes rose up, pushed the demon army back, and eventually launched an attack on Satan's castle. 3 of his generals fell in battle, leaving the demon lord with only one loyal servant remaining, Alciel. With no other option, the 2 escaped through a mysterious portal. And somehow, out of all places in existence, they ended up in modern-day Tokyo. Because apparently every anime dimension eventually leads to Japan. The second they arrive, their terrifying demon forms disappear and they're transformed into ordinary humans. Not exactly the glorious retreat they had in mind. Even worse, when some police officers question them, Alciel tries using magic to deal with the situation. And absolutely nothing happens. Bro really expected ancient demon powers to solve paperwork problems. Since the police assume they're just confused foreigners, they bring them to the station. There, Satan uses the last remnants of his magic to hypnotize people and gather information about this strange world. He quickly learns Japanese and passes the knowledge to Alciel. Unfortunately, they soon discover the harsh truth. In this world, magic is basically non-existent, meaning their powers are running on fumes. So instead of plotting world domination, Satan uses his remaining abilities for something far more terrifying. Adult responsibilities. The former ruler of darkness gets himself identification papers, opens bank accounts, and rents a tiny apartment with Alciel. Compared to the massive castles of Ente Isla, the place looks like somebody stuffed 2 people into a storage closet. Their landlady Mickey welcomes them, and before long, the pair realize something horrifying. Money. Forget heroes. Forget holy swords. The true villain of Earth is monthly rent. Satan adopts the name Sadao Maou, while Alciel becomes Shiru Ashia. Ashia fully commits to his role as the world's most dedicated house husband, managing groceries and keeping the apartment spotless while his master goes out to work. And believe it or not, the demon lord lands a part-time job at McDonald's. Y'all seeing this? The guy who once commanded armies is now taking customer orders with a smile, and somehow he's amazing at it. His customer service is so ridiculously good that he starts climbing the corporate ladder. My man attacked humanity and decided, you know what? Promotion sounds nice. Meanwhile, fate decides to complicate his life. One rainy day, he helps a girl who got caught in the downpour by lending her an umbrella before riding off without a second thought. Simple act of kindness. Nothing suspicious, except that girl recognizes him. Because she's Amelia, the hero who nearly defeated him back in Ente Isla. And unlike Sadao, she didn't come to Japan looking for a peaceful life. She came to finish the job. Unfortunately for her, she's lost her powers too. So instead of a legendary showdown, their first reunion looks more like 2 exhausted office workers arguing in public until the police step in. Honestly, that's probably the most realistic thing in the series. Amelia now lives under the name Emi Yusa and works at a call center. She spends her evenings eating microwave dinners and questioning every life decision that led her here. The worst part? She's slowly realizing that she's living exactly like her greatest enemy. That realization hurts more than any demon invasion. Determined to keep an eye on him, Emi starts investigating Sadao. But every time she spies on him, she finds him doing painfully normal things. Shopping, working, cleaning, buying discounted groceries. No secret world domination meetings. No evil rituals. Just capitalism. Sadao's co-worker Chiho Sasaki has developed a huge crush on him, which immediately becomes obvious to everyone except Sadao himself. Because anime protagonists have legendary levels of romantic blindness. One evening, strange magical attacks suddenly target both Sadao and Emi. Forced to work together, they escape and eventually spend the night at Sadao's apartment after Emi loses her wallet during the chaos. Ashia almost suffers a heart attack when his master's greatest enemy walks into their home. But Sadao? He's completely chill. At this point, nothing phases this man. The next morning, Emi even makes pickles to thank them before heading home. Meanwhile, mysterious forces begin moving behind the scenes. Someone who knows both Satan and Amelia is watching them, and whoever it is definitely doesn't have friendly intentions. Things get even more complicated when Chiho unknowingly becomes affected by magic from Ente Isla. She starts understanding a language she should have absolutely no business understanding, confusing everyone involved. As if the love triangle wasn't messy enough already. Then disaster strikes. A massive earthquake rocks the city, and during the panic, something incredible happens. Fear.
Despair.
Negative emotions. The very things demons feed on. Thanks to the chaos surrounding him, Sadao regains enough power to return to his original demon form. And honestly, the transformation goes unbelievably hard. Emi prepares herself for battle. After all, this is the same demon lord responsible for countless deaths back in Ente Isla. If you actually made it to the end, you're officially part of the real ones. This channel is still new and I'm grinding for my first 100 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button and join the journey before we blow up.